This is next slide on what to do while troubleshooting as well. And notice on the left, you have not everything says complete, and the managed workspace failed while it was downloaded. One way to troubleshoot this is to get elevated logs and MCM logs. You'll notice on the right, the last error is 222, and it says file not found on server. So what you want to do here is turn up ProjectWise Explorer logging and MicroStation logging. And once you get the you turn up the logs, duplicate the problem, and then go to the logs and see what the logs show. And sometimes it could have helpful information. For example, in this case, on the bottom arrow pointing up, it shows error 11037 failed to resolve document from server. And then down below that is the error cannot start application, check your programs. Then it shows file not found on server. And in this instance, the problem turned out to be that the missing DGM live file was corrupted on ProjectWise and needed to be replaced. And by the way, you can search in communities, ProjectWise log elevation and gathering process to get more information on setting up logging. And there's some other links once you get the search results back from that ProjectWise log elevation and gathering process.
Okay, so another file that helps us troubleshooting is the msdebug file. And here's a demo running on how to get this file. So after doing what the demo does, it goes in a loop. You just open the MicroStation file, the problematic MicroStation file, and it should take a few seconds and open a notepad with the msdebug text file. And in this file, there's two sections. The first one contains the name of the GUID file that Raul showed you earlier. So the final configuration file. And it's being processed, and the msdebug shows the configuration variables that were set in there. And the second part of this file will show what those variables resolve to and what paths are in use. So in here I have something that we sometimes do when there's an issue with just one user, and for example another one can open the file with no problem. So it's very useful to get two of those msdebug files from those two machines and compare them. So here's a screenshot of how such comparison might look like. The local directories will differ for those users, but you'll notice, for example, what can be missing for you and what's there for the other user that doesn't have the issue. Then you can maybe duplicate this file, like copy it to your machine, or maybe you'll notice that you don't have access to this file if it's in MicroStation, and then that helps solving the issues as well. And another note here, this file will not be created in the first group of issues. So if MicroStation doesn't even boot, this file will not be created. So then we just rely on the Workspace folder and the local directory and other tools.
Whenever you're having trouble with a workspace, whatever error you're getting, one of the first things you need to do is step through the configuration and validate the following framework variables. You'll see the list on the left, UStation configuration, UStation organization, all the way down to UStation workset DNS, DGNWS. And you can do this by navigating to your working directory. Open the Workspace folder, open that GUID.cfg file, and you will see the variables and what they resolve to. In this screenshot, you'll see that USTN configuration resolves to a DMS folder inside your working directory, this DMS 00388. whereas the USTN workspace config resolves to a CFG file, the f._standards._ce.cfg.
Sometimes a simple thing as purging the local workspace copy can help in resolving the issue. So what it does is it removes the workspace copy that was downloaded to your machine, your local working directory, and then the next time you open the MicroStation file, a fresh copy will get downloaded. So it might take a long time to open the file for the first time after you do this, but depending on how complex is the workspace. But it's something worth trying as a proof to solve some issues. And the way you can do it is either by right-clicking on the file and selecting from the list Purge Workspace. It will purge all the workspace copy that's connected to this particular file. Or you can go in ProjectWise into Tools and the local document organizer, and you'll see this window on the that you can see here on the left side. And then you can select the fourth icon with the tools. That's the workspace copies. You'll see all the copies that you have on your local machine. And here you can select some of them and purge copies, or also remove all of them. This is helpful because sometimes the local copies might get corrupted due to many reasons. And also the workspace settings might have changed after some time, and it's good to get a fresh copy to as one of the troubleshooting steps. And something to also pay attention to while working on your files. As I said before, the managed workspace, the CSVs, can be applied to many ProjectWise objects, and application is one of them. So in here you can see on the left side, the application is MicroStation. And on the right side in the Workspace tab, you can see that there's a configuration block assigned, and it's inherited from the application MicroStation. So this is important because you might be using different versions of your software, and each of them can have a different workspace assigned. So depending on what you choose in the General tab as the application, it has effect on the workspace that you're using. It doesn't have to, but sometimes it does. So it's worth looking at and being careful with that as well.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with others. If you want to see more like it, please consider subscribing to this and Bentley's other channels. Thank you, and see you next time.